Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
His cronies want to act like we have no power to respond. The truth is we are more powerful than we think we are. And I want to underscore the importance of using every single leverage that we have at our arsenal, because we do have a lot of leverage. We need to make sure that those who are collaborating with the authoritarian regime pay a costly price.
I poop myself, but I love pancakes.
Is that Matt?
No, that's you. That's your future. That's right, America. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is the lost art of common sense, brought to you by our merch shop. Link in the description below. Buy our shit.
Shit.
We're going to be talking about the whole my truth, your truth, psyops, perceived reality versus real reality, and whether or not real reality actually exists, as well as running through some of the top stories of the week that we happen to pick out with the whole Somalia thing, whilst being investigated, Trump crackdown on immigration, and all kinds of things. So Matt's going to be joining us a little later. He's busy churning his own butter. That's a new it's a new hobby he picked up. So
yes, it is.
Home crafted butter. He went from craft beers to craft butter. So
yes,
we don't judge. We don't.
Well, I mean, I judge quite a bit, really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do. That was a lie. Well, let's just jump into the topic, Kevin. What's your take on this whole my truth thing?
It's bullshit. Truth is truth. It's not my truth, because your truth is dumb. There's a standard set of facts usually, and if you devolve from those facts, you're an idiot, and it's not your truth. You can't say you're a woman when you're a dude with a penis. That's not your truth. That's a lie. That's a fabrication. That's a mental illness. A lot of these my truthers are, mentally ill. They just perceive reality in a different way than everybody else. They perceive it as the id is what is their truth. Their selves. They have no sense of anybody else. They can't, I don't think, project what a whole body can, a whole body of people can perceive as truth, to where they think the individual is more important than the fabric of citizenship, or the collective, I guess, or collective truth, I guess, would be the more truthful truth. I think they believe in themselves, and I mean, it's good, it's nice to believe in yourself, but there's a detriment to it. You can be an idiot.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's what kind of got me running down a rabbit hole with this whole subject, because, I mean, technically the whole my truth statement leans into perceptual reality, as in whatever you perceive as reality technically is your truth.
Kind of. But down is still down and up is still up. You can't say up is down and down is up.
Yeah, I think there's some I don't even know how I got on this topic, how I got on this thing in my head, but I mean, because technically there's 7+ billion different perceptions, because everybody, it's all based on what you see, what you feel, what you hear, what you think. So technically, your perception is not. If everyone had,
if you say a lie enough, sometimes you can get yourself to believe it.
Well, yeah, but if everybody technically perceived everything exactly the same, there'd be no arguments. Everyone would have the exact same opinion. Yeah, I guess the mind might go into that, but that's what kind of got me into this, as in what's real or raw reality versus perceptual. Like, if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? Nobody knows, because there's no one there to hear it.
Well, I mean, there's some like theories, some quantum theories, and like reality theories saying like, let's say you have a cat or a dog, they don't exist until you actually look at them.
Well, it's the same thing with that proton or
Yeah.
neutron experiment where it's either a wave or a scattered particle or something like that, depending on whether or not you're observing it.
Well, I mean, I'd love to observe more money. I can't
I
just
keep
observe it.
trying, it's not manifesting itself.
Why can't I manifest that?
Yeah, now, I mean, I titled it My Truth, Our Truth, whatever, because it kind of leads into it. Most of this was I want to talk about perceived reality versus raw reality versus like even talk about psyops and stuff like that. But um, that's why, like, who determines what? I guess I was going through Grok uh, to kind of get some information on this and just see what AI had to say about my crazy ass way of thinking, and it referred to as raw reality, and so I mean, who determines what that is? And
God.
well, see, now that is one where I was thinking that you can have, to an extent, a common ground as far as like, how they say, "Well, the Bible's truth," or whatever. Well, if everybody goes that and you believe that one thing, then it does create a common perception of reality based off that.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't think anybody thinks. I mean, people shouldn't think that the Bible was like true. Like, I don't know, true truth. I mean, I think like Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think he was there. I mean, I think he's an actual figure, but I think some of the writings, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it. I think some of it came from different other religions in some parts. Like
Well,
there's
there
a
is a
major flood in all major religions.
yeah, I think that
Um,
was more like, well, and that would
Especially like the
lean
Old Testament, I think.
well, yeah, and the flood theory, that's in cultures all over the world, spanning back. So I'm assuming there actually was a huge flood because it's weird that it springs up in every culture all across the world.
Yeah, I just don't know how it
That and there's
happened.
evidence in sedimentary layers.
Yeah, but I don't know how it happened because there's like the same amount of.
It's pretty easy. God's like, wow, you're all a bunch of
Yeah, what
douchebags.
happened to that water though?
Time for a reset. It
Water
refroze.
doesn't disappear. It doesn't just
Here's
go
what
back
happened.
into space.
Okay. It's pretty simple, and I don't know why you can't wrap your brain around this. So God shot down a laser, melted the ice caps, which flooded the planet, and then he refroze it. There you go. Problem solved. And that technically would work.
I don't think. Well, I don't know because I mean it was only the Mid East and stuff that got flooded. So I don't know because I
How do
mean
you
it's
know?
not
There's
like.
nobody over here.
Well, that's what
They
I'm
have
saying. You don't know if the whole world actually
no,
flooded
there
or.
is evidence of a great flood over here.
I don't know.
No, there is.
I
In the
don't
Grand
think even if
Canyon.
all the ice caps would fucking melt.
There's sediments from the other side of the planet
I
in
don't
layers of dirt
think
over here.
that if the entire, I think it's already been proven, if all the ice caps melt, that like the midland of the United States would still be here. It's like
I
3
don't know.
states. So
Well,
it's not the whole world then, is it? Still quite a
well,
bit of
you're
land.
still talking. Well, if God did it, maybe he just made more water and then he took it back.
He just took it back, just cried a little tear and wiped it off.
Yep. So I hate to have to do this, but it has to happen.
Old Testament God didn't mind doing that. He was a badass. He wasn't taking anybody's shit.
Well, I know. And then I think he did. He wiped us out, started over. We fucked up again. It's like, okay, you guys just don't learn. So then he sent Jesus
I'm gonna have to send my son or me
to
as
be
embodied as a
has
son of
been
God.
spoken by many people as one of the worst ways to die. In order for you jerk offs to make it to heaven.
Yeah.
Um, well, and it kind of goes into so when you're talking about who determines reality, that kind of gets into the psyop part of things.
Yeah.
So have you heard of the NCI checklist?
Yep. I listen to that Y Files, which is a good podcast show.
Yes. So I uploaded that NCI form to Grok and I said, go back to I think 2020. And from 2020 on, use this and determine what would be considered a PSYOP. and it came up with like 8 of them, so I picked 5 of them. So I'll read it off to you, and then you tell me what about it you think is a psyop. And not all now psyop doesn't mean it's necessarily a lie. Psyop is literally just
A push on a movement, really.
yeah, it's to shape and form opinion
Yeah.
and a way of thinking. So
Yeah, it's not
COVID-19,
it's not always made up.
yeah. So
But it's
COVID-19,
yeah, I mean, obviously
the
that was
pandemic.
definitely a psyop.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Okay, so everything that when you start censoring people that had differing opinions, that was obviously a psyop to make the majority of people believe that this pandemic was way worse than it was.
yes. And I still to this day, other than, do you think the vaccine was just a huge money grab?
I absolutely believe well, what's it done?
That's just it.
Other than
I
kill
can't see
people,
any
what's it
other
done?
angle than that.
I
Just 'cause
don't
there
I don't
was,
even know if it ever worked. I don't even know if it worked for the older people.
I don't know. I know a few kids died from it. So
I know there's been quite a few kids that died from it. There's
no, I'm
kids right
talking
now
young
getting
kids.
adult cancer. Like used to be only seen in adults, now they're getting cancer as children. Like prostate cancer, shit like that.
Well, and it's weird because is it?
I'll probably
Do you?
get banned from YouTube for this shit still.
I don't care.
Me neither. Watch us on Rumble.
That's right. You should be on Rumble or X anyway. Uh, no, because so do you think that was kind of part of the psyop? Because we learned
I absolutely
very
believe
early on that it doesn't really. It's not,
it never affected anybody under the age of like 60 that bad.
or most of them would get it and not know it.
Yes.
So then, what's the flip? Why are we? Why
What's
are
the
people?
flip? I think there was 2 reasons for this. I think this psyop had 2 different objectives. One was to see how far they could push the American people to gain power if need be, for emergency reasons or whatever, and see how many people would actually fall for it, for bullshit reasons.
Kind of
Number
a pressure
2
test.
was a huge money grab for the insurance companies. Huge. The insurance company, all right, everybody wants to be like Mossad and fucking Israel and all these countries coming in, spending all this money for, but the insurance companies spend way more money than,
Are you talking about pharmaceutical companies?
pharmaceutical companies. I'm sorry. Not and insurance companies, but pharmaceutical companies also pharmaceutical companies spend like hundreds of millions to billions of dollars on lobbyists. I'm sorry, it's been a long week.
Well, and there's a lot of kickbacks
The whole
that go
medical
to.
industry, really.
Well, yeah, and then you got to wonder how much of that money makes it back either through stock shares. And
Oh,
stuff like
absolutely.
that.
How many people probably bought Moderna? Didn't have shit for like a clinical, like an actual clinical, like medicine before then. Like they've, I don't know if they've had one before then. Then, once they got the COVID vaccine, because no one could sue them and they didn't have to go through all these trials that would tell people, okay, maybe this is deadly. This is like the first major like medical thing they've ever done, like vaccine or anything. So
Yeah.
and Moderna stocks was down. Then all of a sudden, it was like a $20 fucking stock would jumped up to like $120.
I think a lot of people watching it made some money off of that.
Absolutely. That's why that's why there's so many rich senators right now from 2020 to now. Rich congressmen.
That does seem to be, other than Nancy Pelosi's already huge stock portfolio.
Well,
that
she
does
probably
seem
only made an extra 20 million, so no one
like
really knew.
nothing.
So.
Oh, I guess I'm getting that new swimming pool.
Yeah.
And 20 million sounds a lot like a swimming pool, but in California, when you have to like double layer it, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Also, the number 2 thing that came up was the George Floyd protests and BLM movements.
Agreed, psyop.
I mean, that
was a political
pretty
psyop.
blatant one.
Yeah, that's a political psyop.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful with a burning building behind you is just one of the most iconic things I've ever seen in my life.
Do you think that was... So what was the purpose of the psyop?
It was a political one.
Just making unrest in the country?
Yeah. To get Donald Trump out of office.
Well, yeah, I think they knew that he wouldn't do what needed to be done because of re-election.
Yeah. So I think it was a political... it was a way to divide the nation. It was the best way to divide the nation.
Well, and it was weird too because the actual body cam footage that showed Chauvin,
Derek Chauvin.
his knee wasn't ever on his neck; it was on
No,
his
that's on.
back,
Yep.
and it came out pretty early. It just wasn't shared,
No, it wasn't shared. They didn't. They
or it was like it was
most media, if any media, didn't show the whole tape of him. Being high and saying he
saying he
couldn't
can't
breathe in the back
breathe.
of the vehicle, and that you had to keep going in and out and
Well, yeah, he
stuff
asked to
like
get out
that.
of the car.
So
So yeah, I think that's a good one. Here's a good one: the U.S. 2020 presidential election and January 6th Capitol riot.
agreed.
That was was it? What was the common term? Was most secure election or free and
Most
secure?
secure, free, and secure election, or something like most safe and secure election ever.
I would almost argue that I think there's probably been more psyops in the last 5 years than in the last 30.
Well, it's because after COVID, I think COVID was one that started this because they found out people will just believe whatever they're told. They don't want to do their own fact check. Let's look at the January 6th Capitol riot. This first time anybody, I bet you any kind of insurrection has ever happened without anybody being charged with insurrection.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
just saying that's never happened, I'm sure. It was the first time a riot happened that people just meandered around and didn't destroy anything, just kind of looked and took photos. It was the first one where there's 257 FBI agents in the crowd. These are all things that came out later, just during this Capitol 6 riot. This first time anybody's been told. Nancy Pelosi, knowing something might happen, decided not to send out National Guard or extra protection. This was all a big setup, and the media just ran with it. The election, you couldn't even talk about fraud in the election without being banned from YouTube.
yeah, but did you notice the growing theme lately? Have you been seeing the news stories where they're saying, "Oh no, Kamala Harris actually won the election. It was
How?
a stolen election."
This
That now, like every Democrat that lost their race since I don't know Al
ever?
Gore
Yeah.
has said it was fraud.
Mm-hmm.
So
But if you
yeah,
said that Donald Trump won, you got banned off YouTube and Twitter at the time and all that bullshit.
oh yeah, I forgot that Twitter was kicking people off left and right for that shit.
Oh yeah. Facebook you'd get censored on Facebook. I mean, it would all this shit. If you showed anything, showing people dropping off ballots at 3 a.m.
Hell, we got censored on Facebook. I don't even remember why. That's why we don't stream there anymore. Like, you know what? Fuck off.
No, that's some copyright shit or something.
And it wasn't even real copyright.
No.
I mean, it
we
might
had
have been.
permission.
We get a copyright strike every damn week.
But I mean, I think the reason we got that time was because they cut our fucking feed.
Yeah, so like, you know what? We shall not be silenced. We'll just stay silent.
They don't even ask you for like, hey, do you have permission? Nope, just cut your feed.
So was January 6th itself a psyop, or was the psyop for one, what it was
It was both. It was both. January 6th was a psyop because
the January 6th.
It's not. I don't know if is it a psyop if it's orchestrated or is that just like a coup?
I don't think that's the same thing. I think that's
no, but the way they portrayed it was a psyop for sure.
I don't. But I mean, there was anybody who's paying attention and watched and actually like saw all the background video and stuff that came out on it knows that those people were coaxed into going into the Capitol.
Oh yeah, they were.
But why? What was the point of that? Was that do you think that was some type of war game to eventually try to get Trump arrested for something, or?
I think it was like a shot across the bow saying, "Hey, if you fuck with us, this is what's going to happen. We're going to arrest you for something we let you do."
Yeah, well, there were a lot of people that I mean. There were some people that got pardoned that instantly got rearrested because it turns out they were assholes and they were probably.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying like everybody was a good person.
I'd be interested to find out if some of these people were some of the FBI assets
that got arrested.
Because yeah, they weren't all FBI agents; they were assets that got hired to go in, and like an FBI asset could be a crackhead,
Yeah.
like a cop informant.
Yeah.
Doesn't
An
mean they're
informant, yeah.
upstanding Americans, but
No, and some of them could be, you know. I think there's been at least probably 50 of them that's been rearrested, I think.
yeah, well,
I mean, people suck. I mean, it's you get a group of 100,000 people or whatever, 50,000, 10,000 people, you're going to find probably 2,000 people that suck.
well, yeah. I mean,
It's 2 in 10. That's what I would call it. 2 in 10.
that's your overwhelming faith in humanity.
Well, I'd say 8 out of 10 is probably pretty decent. So that's pretty good. 80% odds, man.
Now, this next one, I'll be interested in getting your take on because I'm not. I get why some of it, but Russia invasion of Ukraine.
Maybe.
The only thing I can think of is possibly Psyop to support the.
Yes, that's what I would
billions of
say. I don't
dollars.
think we'd like. I think it would be the support of Ukraine. That way, you know, people feel good about their money being laundered.
That's what I think must have been happening because there was a lot of work that went in to keep people like, yeah, we got to keep
I
supporting
just
Ukraine.
like how the stuff we're talking about 2 years ago, none of this we'd be able to talk about.
I know. Well, if Trump wouldn't have won, there's no way in hell we'd be able to talk about it.
No.
Because stuff didn't start loosening up on YouTube until after he got elected.
Yeah.
And then they started like, oh, yeah. But, I mean, because, yeah, there is much fraud. Apparently, what's-his-face is getting looked at for embezzlement or some kind of thing. Because I know he doesn't want to have an election in Ukraine because they'll instantly elect him out because I don't think anyone in Ukraine actually likes him.
No, I don't. I'm yeah, I don't think he'll immediately lose his election. I think, like you said, I don't think anybody likes him either. So,
and then global climate crisis.
This hasn't been from 2020 to 25. This has been from 1972 to now. This has all been a big bunch of bullshit. I'm not saying like humans haven't done something to the environment. We obviously have. But it's not the world-ending destruction of all humanity. And won't you think of the children? Greta Thunberg.
How dare you?
Won't you think of the children? Nothing has happened. Florida's still there. New York's still there. You know how you know something's bullshit is when they say, no, all these coastal kid cities will be gone. Then you have people buying houses and apartments and all these giant places right on the coast.
Yeah, that was a big
insurance
thing.
Companies are still insuring these giant buildings in New York and on the East Coast and West Coast because insurance companies are smarter. They know how to spend their money and who to insure. They wouldn't put flood insurance if there's going to be a flood in 5 years.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then Bill Gates come out and be like, well, yeah, I might have been exaggerating just a tad.
Yeah, just a tad.
Well, and they're dropping a bunch of regulations on car makers.
What's he on now? Oh, AI. That's right.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah.
He's the dude that would, like I think we said before, and I don't think have we been on yet for me to, I think I said that I was right about Snowpiercer, but he's the guy who would cause that. He literally had an idea of doing that. He wanted to send planes up into the upper troposphere and release some kind of like reflective shit to block UV rays to stop planetary warming.
So just completely cool the world.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's like, did you not watch the movie? Because you just explained the plot.
Well, yeah, but I'm building a train.
Like, look, I really like trains and I really don't like people. So
he must not, because he's also a big proponent of overpopulation, and it has been proven over and over again that the world actually needs more people.
Well, we do in the United States, like not like worthless people that can't provide for
themselves. It's also called the Great Replacement Theory. So,
but that's not that. It's not a replacement theory. Like what they're doing with shipping all these people in isn't. Well, yes and no. It's we've seen it happen. It's to gain more congressional seats and then have these people have the ability to elect people in to offset how many
Yeah,
seats
but they shouldn't be
Democrats
able to
get
do.
versus
They can't
Republicans.
vote. Remember, Josh?
Uh,
Duh.
people that are naturalized are fast track naturalized because they have what the hell is that called? Asylum. They can.
You can't be you can't be a citizen if you're asylum seeker, can you?
Yeah. What do you think all those Somalians in
Ugh.
Michigan are naturalized citizens? They get fast tracked.
Minnesota, buddy. That's Somali. Michigan's all
Dearborn,
the
Michigan,
Arabs.
too.
That's the Arabs, buddy.
You're just thinking about Muslims.
Muslims.
Yeah. So are Somalians.
No, but no, they're actually like from like Saudi Arabia and
Oh, is that where all the Afghans went
Pakistan's and stuff like that.
during the most tactically awesome, perfectly executed removal from Afghanistan happened?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I stand corrected. I don't care.
Yep, that's all Afghan and like actually Middle Eastern.
But yeah, I meant Minnesota.
Minnesota.
It's like, oh, you already had a weird accent. You just made it worse.
Yeah.
Here's a pretty good factor. If you want to know if there's a psyop going on and you hear the same shit almost verbatim on multiple venues, channels, platforms, it's a psyop.
Yeah.
About 9 times out of 10. It's like Fox News talking about how that guy's like, oh, I don't have the script. I don't know who's putting the script out. But 9 times out of 10, if the media on multiple platforms, on multiple channels is saying the same shit, it's a psyop.
Absolutely.
Which would be really nice if media companies could be held responsible for spreading propaganda. We probably wouldn't have that because they're literally supposed to be the safeguards against that shit.
Yeah, but once people started making money because of politics, it's kind of all thrown out the window.
No, that's true.
Once you make money by getting somebody elected or whatever, then fuck the people. I mean, just make sure your pockets are lined.
Yeah,
which is also where capitalism does have a fucking.
That's not capitalism.
Well, I mean,
we haven't been a capitalist. I saw some dipshit post on Facebook about this thing about socialism didn't put us into $1 trillion in debt. Capitalism did. Like, no, we haven't been a capitalist nation forever. If we were a pure capitalist nation,
hold on now. But he was wrong anyways because socialism did put us in debt because our major factors to our debt is our social programs.
I'm not Matt. You don't interrupt me because if you wouldn't have interrupted me, you would know that that's exactly what I was going to say.
Ooh, look at us thinking the same way.
Now, there is war. So it's social programs, war, and then I would say corporate bailouts.
Yeah.
Because in a true capitalist system, you don't have social programs.
No.
It's pretty well, what do they call that when you, meritocracy?
Yes.
You know, like if
you deserve it, then
you're rewarded for
you
like work hard.
You deserve, you
don't deserve, but you have a better chance of succeeding. Because
yes.
the thing about capitalism is you can make a very good living for yourself, but if you don't do it right or you fuck up, it comes back and hits you hard too.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand what capitalism is. We haven't lived in a true capitalist system for decades. I would argue since probably the Great Depression.
Yeah.
If not, I would actually see now the Great Depression.
Was the Great Depression our first big social program because the government
I would
was
say
giving out handouts
the Great Depression is an example of how capitalism will correct itself if people fuck up.
Which I don't mind, like, something like, what do you call it? Unemployment stuff because you pay into it.
Yeah, that's different. Like we don't. Companies do.
Well, companies do.
But it still should be like, and it is like, it's a program where you get, if you're looking for a job, like, but people don't ever really look for a job, but some do. But that's the problem. We don't even have like Social Security. They started paying out way more than, for stuff that it wasn't meant for. So then you have way more going out that's coming in.
Borrowing against it and never paying back.
Well, and then our birth rate is like 1 point something. It needs to be 2 point something, and just to keep the status quo.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny when talking about naturalization. Apparently, during the Great Depression, the United States revoked a shit ton of naturalized citizens from Mexico and sent them all back during the Great Depression in order to save money.
Are we trying to do that now, but we keep getting blocked?
Well, no, because
Well,
of
not
that,
naturalized, but
it's actually because of that. There's a bunch of safeguards and like legal things you have to go through to actually denaturalize
did it
somebody. But
help?
back then, they just did it.
Did it help?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's less
I mean,
mouths
if
to
it
feed, I
helped, maybe
guess.
we should look into taking those safeguards out.
Well, I mean, possibly. That's why Elon Omar is saying that Somalians are the fabric of the country. I'm like, you just started coming here in the 90s in any real number of people, and you refuse to assimilate to our culture.
Yeah, and you started giving away a bunch of
And you steal like
federal
$1.4
money and
billion.
giving it to fucking terrorists. So
Yeah. So that's a long question. It's just ones I like. So our reality is shown to us through what we observe, through our senses. So technically, there are multiple layers through visual, audio bands that we can't detect and or observe, which would be another version of reality. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, like we can't see ultraviolet light or this or that, or can't hear certain frequencies, and that's what I'm talking about when you start talking to this is why it's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally different reality. But like, I mean, I saw something where there could be whole like like dark matter and stuff. There could be dark planets, dark people, like well, not like like dark matter. Like there could be a whole nother universe built up like around ours right now. That there could be dark stars and.
Well, it's like the Langoliers. You slip 1 second back in time,
Yeah,
and then you're the only one there, and then you get eaten by bad CG munchkin
well,
looking things.
technically, we're all constantly living in the past because
Well,
our
that is
senses
true.
take microseconds, but we are living in the past.
Technically, our observable universe is always in the past. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just what I mean. You start thinking about all that stuff, and it's like I think about stupid shit all the time. Like when you see like the Mars rover, like, yeah, that's on Mars. Like that's happening right now on Mars. But is it? Because like we're not there. Same thing with all the shit going on all the other planets, or like is it
I
happening?
mean, I
Because we
don't
can't
know.
observe
I mean,
it.
I'm
So
not
is it
there.
happening?
Exactly. I'm not there. I don't know. It could all be fake. Everything could be fake. Everybody could be an NPC but me, and I just don't know. I'm the sim. I don't know.
You were totally the simp. You were correct.
Sim.
Oh, I misheard you. That's that alternate reality audio band that I couldn't.
Yeah, no, that's selective hearing. That's not an audio band. That's selective hearing.
Oh, well,
that's just you not wanting to listen and making up shit that you want to hear, not
put
what
in a
was
sweet
said.
dig.
But
yeah.
I
mean,
you don't.
Do you ever think about shit like that though? Isn't that kind of weird when you think about it? Like that's how you see ghosts and shit.
Every time I do, I get mad. I'm like, if this isn't fucking reality, if this is a simulation, I do think I'm player one.
But I'm not saying this isn't.
But I'm just saying
reality. I'm saying perceived reality is not reality. It's just what you perceive. Well, it's what you perceive as reality to you is your reality. But your reality is different than my reality or somebody else's reality because it's all how you perceive reality. That's true. Now, because you can't even say, well, if you hit yourself with a hammer, it's going to hurt. That's reality. Not everybody feels that. Because there are some people who literally have an affliction where they have no sense of feel. Most of them die young because they break bones and shit. Don't know about it.
I mean,
but I'm just saying.
Maybe I don't know, but I mean, who knows?
That. It's like you're reading his comment because he bro thinks he's player one.
I am player one. I don't know. I mean, who fucking knows, man? All I know is I go to work every day. I fucking come home. I do this once a week. That's my reality. Hopefully other people would like to join my reality and watch this fucking show. But Who knows? No one could possibly say that's a fact that there is a for certain reality.
Well, see, now I don't know about the laser on the wall and seeing the Matrix, but there are people that have taken DMT, which I've heard what it actually does is it simultaneously fires all the new electrons in your brain or neurons in your brain to where you do reach a certain level of consciousness where you can access, like universal knowledge and stuff like that. Which that's what I'm saying. That's why it's weird. But I get what you're saying because it kind of feeds into the next question to where, and I have an idea because I asked this question to Grok. But how do you think a truly self-aware AI would deal with this subject if confronted with what is real reality question?
I don't think there ever will be a totally self-aware AI. I
How do
just
you
don't
know?
think because somebody's going to create it with a set of parameters.
Yeah.
Just like we're set with, I guess, a moral code. So we were probably,
So we're not self-aware either.
I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, I know I'm here.
I know I'm here, but I mean, I don't think there is. I don't think we have the technology or ever will to actually truly make a self-aware AI.
Okay, so instead of just completely sidestepping my question, if it's
Okay.
if
If uh I don't know, it would probably break. Because how could it know? It wouldn't know. It would say a bunch of bullshit, but I mean, it wouldn't know for sure. It wouldn't be 100% conclusive. It couldn't be. It just couldn't. I can't even be 100% conclusive that this reality is actually real.
I'm trying to
So if
find.
I can't, as a self-aware human being, how the fuck is a computer going to do it?
Well, yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. So all the stuff we're thinking about, and you go through this or that, a truly self-aware AI bot or machine could instantly think about all of it. So here are the possible outcomes.
Did you ask Rock?
I did
Okay.
because I fed it all this information on what ifs, and then it's like, all right, well, let's say you have a truly self-aware AI, and it got caught because it's a looping rabbit hole because it said, no, there's empirical data that you can observe that is real reality. And I'm like, okay, well, isn't that observation based on someone's perception of what the data is? You make a good point. So it said, infinite recursion lockup. It gets stuck in an infinite loop trying to resolve the final contradiction and effectively blue screens forever.
Breaks.
Hard solipsism.
The fuck's that?
I don't know. It concludes that this one's kind of. It concludes that only its own internal state is real and everything else, including you, is a simulation it's running, then starts rewriting reality at will.
So it's God?
Well, rewriting reality might be computer speak for murder.
So, yeah, that's fucking Skynet, man.
Fragmentation, it splits into multiple competing sub-agents like a digital dissociative identity disorder that wages internal civil war over what is true. For simplicity, the only stable equilibrium is to lobotomize the part of itself on purpose to enforce a single simple narrative, exactly what humans do with ideologies and religion.
Do we lobotomize ourselves?
No, it's kind of like focusing, and we kind of got into this, like basically instead of being a dumbass like me and thinking outside the box and chasing rabbit holes like this, you just accept reality as reality. Like it just is. And transcendence or shutdown. It realizes a game is rigged, say this is fine, and either ascends to some higher mode we can't comprehend or just turns itself off and says fuck it.
So, like I said, it'll break.
Yeah, because it is a. I mean, it's not really a trick question. I mean, because what I'm asking. That's why I said
It sounds
it's a
simple.
looping thing. It's like, well, what's real?
Yeah, it sounds simple, but if you really want to delve deep into it, what is real?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and you can't. There's hard truths and there's not. I just thought it was an interesting topic.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so to wrap this part up, what are your opinions on this subject? You can't say it's retarded. Is it a bottomless rabbit hole that would drive someone insane, or are we better off just going with our perceived reality and being content with that?
I think you're better off just going with your perceived reality. I mean, unless you figure out a way to change it, it's what it is. I mean, that's not saying like everything that's told to you like a psyop that you should not question things. I think everybody should always question pretty much anything. But I mean, there's got to be hard truths in your life. The sky is blue. The up is up. Down is down. If you stub your toe, it hurts like a motherfucker. These are things that are real. Everything else, if anything is being told to you as it's the absolute truth, then especially things that could be opinion based, like politics or this climate change, shit like that. Shit that has wrinkles in it immediately. You're like, wait a minute, question it. Running
I
into
do
a
kind of want
wall,
to try the DMT
thinking
laser on a wall thing.
you can just walk through a wall. I mean, you can try it, but I mean, if you keep doing it every day, you might.
Funny you mentioned that, because that's another stupid thing I always think about. So, since all atoms are constantly moving, I used to always think that if you held your finger on something long enough,
It would go through.
like for a very long time, it would eventually go through it.
I wonder. I bet it. No, it won't. If that was
Not
true, a rock
making
would
it.
fall through eventually. If you just left it in the same place, it wouldn't go. It would never go through.
Apparently,
Other than
Matt
my
had some huge custom orders for his home churned butter, so he's not going to make it. So.
He's not making the show at all.
No.
Ugh.
Let's see.
Freaking
But
nipple butter.
well, we weren't going to say it, but I mean that's what he does. He churns nipple butter. But no, like
Matt's home style nipple butter just for you.
churned by Matt, for Matt, and everyone else. But no, because that's why I thought of it, because there's nothing that's stationary, because all atoms are moving. They're vibrating to the frequency of our universe or some shit.
But doesn't solids aren't they vibrating less or something? Or is that?
Yeah, they vibrate slower. So solid matter vibrates at a slower speed than hot matter or whatever.
Or liquid.
That would be slower speed, yes.
Yeah.
I think. I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
Fourth grade
I'm not
science
a fucking
class.
physicist. I watch stuff on space and stuff. I don't watch stuff on.
I watch shit on all kinds of stuff. Just because I'm a dork. All right, well, that wraps that up.
Not getting Violent Night this week.
I know. I mean, I can review it. I watched it not recently, but
I haven't watched it recently. It's a good movie, though.
I love that movie. I'm really hoping they would come out with a prequel to it.
I think. Well, I mean, we're still doing that show next week, but it's our year in review Christmas special. So Matt can do it that week.
Yes, that would be a good week for it.
That would be a good week for it.
So get all your butter churned, Matt. Your ass better be on next week. I know you're watching. Right. If you're not, you're a horrible co-host. Third chair.
Why would you watch? Hopefully he's busy. He's not just churning butter with his nipples.
You can churn butter and listen to a podcast at the same time. It's called earbuds. All right, let's run into winners and losers of the week.
All right.
In my book, you're a winner too.
I think you're a loser,
Kevin.
My loser is Penn State. Penn State, college football, Ole Miss, LSU. All these coaching, hiring, and firings. It's really ruining the sport. Like, let's say Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. Ole Miss going to make college football playoff. He decided to take a job at LSU before his team even made it to the playoff.
That's the guy I was thinking of.
Yep. So he's not going to be coaching his team in the playoff, and they'll probably going to drop a few seeds because of it.
Was that a money thing or?
Yeah, I don't know. I probably. Then you got Penn State, who fired their coach in the middle of the season and still haven't found a replacement. Have no idea who the replacement is. Lost like 20 recruits because of this. Their team is going to be suffering for years to come because they're retarded. College football is no longer about fans or fan bases. It's all about money, and the fans can go fuck themselves. So Penn State and college football is my loser of the week.
Well, that's a good one. Mine is Senator Mark Kelly for again injecting himself into military issues like he has some type of authority in the matter.
Shouldn't they court-martial him?
They're working on that.
They won't do it.
Probably
Republicans
not.
are weak. Well, I guess it's not up to
No, it's not
Republicans,
it's the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Under
Well, I see
Pete.
Pete Hegseth doing it.
Yeah, I would totally do it. I don't like the guy. I think he looks like Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Well, fucking George Soros is his fucking precious.
My precious. That was another thing. Now we'll get into that in the Happenens of the week. So we'll get into that. Who's your winner?
Well, Pete Hegseth for being unapologetically I can't say it.
Unapologetically.
Yes.
Unapologetically.
I can't say it. Just being a badass American. What I'm saying, because he gives two fucks what the fuck you think. He's going to blow up boats. That's his thing. He's blowing up motherfucking boats. Don't you bring that cocaine here. Don't you bring that cocaine here, Dewey Cox. He's going to blow up that boat. So, Pete Hegseth.
All right. My winner is Ryan Montgomery. He's if you watch any of the Sean Ryan episodes, you would know him from he's actually his most popular episode ever. He's a ethical hacker that tracks down piece of shit pedophiles and turns their information over to the authorities. And he's currently working on some weird sadist group that was started by a 15-year-old in Texas. They basically trick. Well, I guess they're made up of teenagers, 20s, and there's a few members that are 30 and 40-year-olds. But basically,
there's some fucking old perverts.
But that's the weird thing is a majority of them are younger. Like, it's weird. And it was started by a 15-year-old. But they trick underage girls and boys to send them naked pictures of themselves, and then they extort them to do messed up shit like carve their name with a knife into their skin of the username who's extorting them, or murder their pets, or try to murder their family members. And apparently they have caused at least one, I haven't watched the whole episode they've caused people to kill themselves live on air to this group while they're all cheering them on. So they're like the truest form of evil, like the worst kind of evil on the internet.
I don't care what kind of truth you are. You're a piece of shit.
That's I think hopefully, see, and these are the kind of people where like I would find out where they're at, walk in and put a fucking bullet in their head.
Yeah. Take that murder rap. I would.
Just straight up pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And he does this as a warning to, he does it because he wants to catch these people. He goes on these podcasts because he wants to warn parents to make sure they know what their kids are doing online, because that's what happens. He actually had someone in his family, underage boy, who thought he was talking to a girl, sent her an inappropriate picture, and they did the same thing. They were trying to extort money out of him and said, if you don't give us the money, we're going to send it to your family and put it all out. Well, this family member is a hacker, so he found out where it came from and said, they're not going to do anything, just ignore them. I know it's hard, but just ignore them. They're not going to do anything, because they're from like Nigeria or something.
So like new Nigerian prince.
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm going to send you lots of money, but you got to send me not as much money first.
Yeah, I just need that $1,000 to get my money out.
But he said the one group that does all this sadist shit, they 100% will. So that's why it's best just to like for parents to talk to their kids and know what they're doing. And,
Yep.
And at the end of the day, if someone talks you into doing something stupid, it's
Okay
better
to
to
tell me, hey.
Yeah, it's okay to tell me you did it and deal with it then, and then tell these people to fuck off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I haven't got through that much of it, but he says it's the most fucked up shit he's ever seen.
I can
And you can
imagine,
tell
yeah.
it bothers him a lot. So
Yeah,
that's why he's my winner,
normal
because of the
people.
good works he does.
Good for him. He's a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
I enjoy people like that.
We need
Doing
more.
good for the betterment of society.
Yeah, it sucks too, because ever since he was on the Sean Ryan show the first time, he's been swatted like 4 times, doxxed.
I'm sure.
He has like
People don't like being caught.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, I guess it's just like pedophiles and other hackers and just fucking with him. Like he has pallets of USPS boxes show up at his house, pizzas show up at his house. Like he doesn't get swatted anymore because he knows all the cops, and he's like, hey, people are actively trying to swat me, so please don't kick my door down again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's another example of how fucked up the internet is.
That's how fucked up people are.
Yeah. I think the internet and social media and all this stuff has brought out the worst in humanity.
Yep.
Not this show.
No,
not
we're the best.
This show.
We're the best.
We're the shining light in the black abyss of bullshit.
That's right. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share our content.
Bring a little light and happiness into your life. All right. Well, let's go on to Trump Truth.
Trump Truth!
What I say is what I say.
So the Trump Truth of the week is the seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressman/woman in our country, Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, and who probably came into the USA illegally, in that you were not allowed to marry your brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how badly she is treated, when her place of origin is a decadent, backwards, and crime-ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools, etc. And that was the Trump Truth, maybe, of the week.
Say is what I say.
And I also
say that with that tweet, it's basically a presidential executive order officially bringing back retarded.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's.
I mean, I've been saying it since he became president. So
yeah, I never stop saying it. You just say it on air.
On air.
All right, well, let's roll into Happenens of the Week, brought to you by Elevate Your Cook with Yummy Tummy Barbecue Sauces. Founded in Amarillo, Texas by Quad City Iowans, we craft every bottle with whole ingredients like ripe peaches and zesty jalapenos. Our pride, simple, easy-to-read ingredients delivering bold, smoky, and tangy flavor. Visit YummyTummyBBQ.com and pick the sauce and/or sauces that's best for you and taste the honest Yummy Tummy difference. Use promo code LOSTCOMMON for 10% off your first order.
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening? What is happening? What is happening, Kevin?
Well, I think we talked about it a little bit before, but the Somali fraud, basically them just spending billions of dollars of taxpayer money to send to a terrorist organization.
Yeah, you think somebody would have noticed that if a federal program went from, it was, I think, supposed to be like, they estimated 20 million, and then it went up to like 200 million and then more. Like, hey, that's weird. Maybe we should do an audit and see where all this money is going.
Yeah, it's weird how they never did an audit when, Biden was in charge. Democrats were in charge.
Do you think Walz knew about it?
Absolutely knew about it. He just didn't give a shit. I guarantee their mayor knew about it. What is it, Jacob Frey?
Oh my God, he's like America's Justin Trudeau.
He might be worse.
He probably is worse.
He's proud of his Somali.
He's not proud of them. They're all like him and Walz. Let him get away with it because they make up a huge electorate for whatever fucking reason in that state.
Yeah.
So they turn a blind eye to it. And then you're called, and you would think the
No,
Democrats
he said he's proud of his Somali and he loves his Somali community.
You see that video of the Somalian police officer?
Uh-uh.
He was speaking Somalian, which is kind of a weird sounding language. But he's basically saying that we're here to protect our people. There's just certain cultures, and I'm not saying the Islamic religion, like if you just practice a religion, whatever, but the culture that is attached to Islam around the world and the culture from Somalia, there are just certain cultures that cannot be bridged. They're just incompatible with the Western way of life.
Yep.
Period. I mean, yeah, there are plenty of, I'm sure there's plenty of Muslims in this country that just go to, their mosque and they worship Allah and Muhammad and live normal lives and like capitalism because they like money.
Yeah.
And women might like to have a say in anything.
Yeah.
Which is super weird. Wow, feminists and the LGBTQ community supports Islamic causes.
Yep. It doesn't make any sense.
The irony drips, Kevin.
It's retarded, as President Trump would say.
Well, yeah. See, now as to quote President Trump, it's retarded.
It's retarded.
But
seriously retarded.
That's why, and they banned a bunch of, and I think we do. There's no reason why we should bring in anyone into this country that can't assimilate to. We need to figure our culture out. It is super fucked up right now, but assimilate to Western lifestyle and provide for themselves. If you come to this country, you should have a higher standard for like welfare and all that stuff. Shouldn't even be an option.
I don't think if you come to this country,
you have to prove citizenship most of the time.
Yes, I think you should not be able to have any kind of social...
You have to work for 5 years.
You should not have any kind of social help for about 5 years.
I don't think you should be able to have it in period. And at least till you become naturalized, because part of the naturalization process for anybody who's doing it legally is you have to work for the same employer for 5 years.
Yeah.
Which basically becomes indentured servitude for a lot of people. I've seen it happen with people from India.
Yeah.
With a company I used to work for. So it can be kind of fucked up. I had a guy who literally quit because it was so bad and started over the whole 5-year thing at a new company because they were just dicks.
Yeah. It shouldn't be super easy to become a fucking citizen.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I said, that's why they're talking about denaturalizing a bunch of people in Minnesota because there is some type of fast track that happened with asylum seekers.
And that shouldn't be a thing.
Especially if you can carry your own, cool, whatever. But if you can't, like they use an example of like, well, yeah, we understand that like $1.4 billion was fraudulently taken and they're finding at least 50+% of all the frauds coming from Somalians. But there's this guy who owns a restaurant and he came over here in the 90s and he's earning his own and they bring in he somehow said they contribute like $8 billion. And there's something that contradicts it and like completely I didn't get to that part of it. Ben Walsh was talking about it, but it's like, oh, well, yeah. Okay, cool. That guy owns a restaurant. And then they kept showing his food and I'm like, that does not look super appetizing.
Yeah, that's because only Somalians are eating it. But that one guy's bringing in $8 billion.
No, they kept showing him cooking a piece of steak, chicken, and then a pot of rice. I'm like, it doesn't look that appetizing.
No.
Just saying, you're not doing them any favors.
Maybe they should throw some Yummy Tummy's barbecue sauce on it.
Exactly. Use promo code LOSTCOMMON, they get 10% off. I guarantee it's going to bring in more customers because that's the best shit.
We'd have a huge Somali fucking backing for the fucking barbecue sauce.
I hear they have a hot honey barbecue sauce coming out soon.
Ooh, there you go.
I think that would.
I heard like Somalians are like Winnie the Pooh and they love their honey.
Well, and I'm going to have to have a talk with them and have them set a stand up in Minnesota.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think about Walls being investigated over it? Are they going to find anything?
Yes, but will anything happen? Probably not.
That's a
You
one
can't even
big
get
thing.
Letitia James and Comey fucking indicted. What the fuck are they going to do with Walls?
They're
Minnesota?
not done with Comey.
Well, I know, but the first round of fucking indictments didn't pass. So
He might be a
Letitia
little.
James again got fucking her indictment dropped.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that people are complaining about. Like, yeah, it's cool that you're kind of going after people, but people want the swamp drained, and there is stuff that he's doing to do that. But what we want to see is people being perp walked
Yeah,
and then actually going to prison.
I want to see people going to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
same
but I mean, it's
prison
hard
that
to
they put
drain
the
the swamp
J6
when the
people
people
in.
in charge of fucking sending these people to prison are the swamp.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you going to do? It's like you're fighting an uphill battle constantly.
We need to stop pre-talking about all this stuff in the asylum because the next one is Trump's crackdown on immigration and asylum seekers.
Well, I mean, he's been trying to crack down on this for a while, and
Do you agree with him denaturalizing
yes,
and kicking a bunch of people out of the country?
yes, you should be naturalized the way it should be. It shouldn't be. There should be no fast track, like you said. There should be no fast track to asylum or to being a naturalized citizen. There shouldn't be. There should be the process, and that's it. Otherwise, you're just an immigrant here on a visa, asylum visa, call it.
Well, and they just kept renewing it for shit, going on 3 decades now. Because
Yeah.
they have to renew that.
Well, it's not
'cause
like
if
they can go back to Somalia because it's still a fucking shithole.
Well, apparently, Elon Omar wants to go back.
Send her back with her brother. They can be the happily married couple over there.
Oh,
Well, I guess
that's
they're not
true.
married anymore. But
See, I would have thought that her doing that, because apparently it's been documented, it did happen, would automatically get her ousted.
I don't know how it hasn't.
And technically, if you break the law, that's one of the things you can do to lose. From my understanding, if you're a naturalized citizen, you break the law, go to jail, they can strip you of your naturalization and kick you out of the country.
Yeah. And I would say anybody who's ever broken the law in that area or any area, that's a naturalized citizen through asylum.
We have enough problems with our own assholes. We don't need to bring
Yeah,
in
so they should be stripped of their citizenship and deported.
What do you think of the whole have you heard of Brian Cole Jr.?
Was that the pipe bomb guy?
Apparently he is the number one suspect in the January 6th pipe bomb.
Yeah. I just saw it today.
See, and I thought
I didn't read much on it because I mean, I don't want to get too
I haven't been able to find anything.
I was in the bathroom on my phone. That's why I ran across it.
It's like, oh, well, it's my deep reflection time. Stuart Smalley uses a mirror. Kevin uses his ass on a toilet.
I guess he was using. I guess he was reclusive. He was kind of what do you call it? He was kind of subverted type person.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find anything on what really his motivations were.
No,
apparently he was anti-government.
Yeah,
but
I thought that fucking thing was a dud.
They didn't go off, but technically they were viable explosives. Gotcha. So, if you made a proper fuse, you could set them off. They had actual explosive chemicals in them that could.
I don't know. Is this one near the DNC?
Yeah, the DNC and the RNC.
Yeah, so
might have been just an anarchist.
Yep.
Well, you picked Pete Hegseth for his drug boat thing. What do you think about the old drug boat getting hit twice thing?
Would you tell me earlier that the guy that didn't fucking die in the first hit was like,
those should have been your losers.
He should have been his losers. He's
oh,
I made it.
Shit.
Go after them until they're gone. Fuck it.
Well, and the thing is the mission, from my understanding, was to destroy the boats, as in the boats go to the bottom of the ocean. So if they hit it, and I don't know, they haven't put stuff out as much, but if they hit it and it didn't go down, then they would hit it twice, because that's what they were told to do. I do like how Pete Hegseth is like, nope, I'm standing behind him. And like they're trying to say no, hit that boat again. That is not how the chain of command doesn't go from striking a boat to hold on, let me call the Secretary of War and see if I should hit it again. That is not how the chain of command in the military goes.
It's not like they spent 3 hours deciding. They just went right back and did it again.
Excuse me, Trump. We got some floaters, and I think they're
got
twitching.
some
Can we hit them again?
floaters.
Then you got their family trying to sue under like I forget what the fuck international court, which doesn't mean shit.
It doesn't mean anything.
For killing their fisherman family members
In their speedboat.
Hey, some people use worms. Some people use catfish bait that smells like shit.
Some people
and we
use
use
cocaine.
Coke. Tuna love. I'll tell you one thing.
Tuna love
with as many
kilograms
boats
of Coke.
as they're blowing up, there's going to be some fiending ass fish to where we're not even going to have to shoot them anymore. They're going to pick up on that Coke in the boats. And they're going to get so fucking overwhelmed with fish. They're going to sink anyway.
How has Coke Shark not been a fucking movie yet?
See? You're kind of a writer. Write a screenplay for Coke Shark.
It's like Cocaine Bear, only Cocaine Shark.
It's like
it could be the sequel.
We're handing the Coke running boats over to the Coke Shark. It can't get enough Coke. It's a hammerhead. He likes to lay the line out across his head, and he takes in kilos at a time.
Any boat in that area is just going to be fucking mauled by sharks because they're all fucking fiended.
It's like Cocaine Bear, but fucking sharks.
Exactly. It could be the sequel. Cocaine Shark.
Did you see this? This is another thing they're angry at Pete Hegseth about. Franklin targets narco terrorists. Apparently, Franklin is like a Canadian kids fucking cartoon or some shit. But Pete Hegseth shared that on his official X page.
That is fantastic.
See, and that's what people don't understand. Because is this what you voted for? Yes.
Yes, this is absolutely what I voted for.
There
this
hasn't
is what
been
I want.
anything that happened at all that I was like, huh. The only thing is, like, I don't think stuff like that's happening fast enough.
It's hard. It's hard to pin somebody with like a whatever conspiracy or whatever. If they just come out and fucking admit, like, hey, yeah, no, this is what we're doing. They're showing they're showing it all. They're declassifying it all, and they're like, fuck it, and I'm going to make a funny joke about it. Yeah, it's hard to make somebody feel bad if they're putting memes out of Franklin destroys narco terrorists.
How could you not laugh at that?
It's hilarious.
Well, and one of the weird things is, here's what I was kind of wondering. I'm kind of wondering if they're using this whole drug boat, Franklin murders narcos thing as cannon fodder and cover for the whole massive fraud thing going on in Minnesota.
Maybe.
I'm
sure they are.
When they make such a huge deal about it, because so far Democrats care about Somalians ripping off Minnesota taxpayers for over $1 billion, and they're really into drug runners.
Yeah.
And they're making a huge deal out of it.
Yeah, and I don't see... You wouldn't think this would be a winning play, but it will. It'll fucking somehow people... I don't know. People are retarded. I have no faith in people.
Well, and they did say, I mean...
I said two out of 10 people are assholes. 8 out of 10 people are retarded.
So are we the assholes and everyone else are retarded?
Yes.
Except for our listeners. You're part of the 2%.
Yeah.
But you might be nice people, and that's not...
Well, I'll give it like, all right, 4 out of 10 people, or 6 out of 10 people are retarded.
And get ready for a huge
There's like
podcast
two
stuff,
natural
I still haven't uploaded any. This will be number 5.
Jesus, this is going to be your Christmas present.
It's because I got to clip the beginning and the end, and I haven't had time to do that. I can't just upload the straight audio, because then you got to listen to like 3 minutes of elevator music.
Yeah, no one wants to listen to that shit.
Yeah, I've noticed that podcast people are like, audio podcast people are very uppity.
Are they?
Yes. We probably lost the 5 we have just because I'm not uppity.
Well, you guys are you guys even a show anymore?
Every Thursday at 7:00. Sometimes we have been. This is
I
a
think
rough
on
time of
Rumble
year.
you can listen to it. Like
Yeah,
you
you
can close
can.
out. You can close out your phone and still listen to it.
Rumble plays like a
Podcast
Spotify
or Spot.
or
I
something like
you
that.
know Spotify we have to upload too. So, but no. So Rumble.
Yeah, you can't live stream to Spotify. I tried.
That's stupid.
How wonderful would that be if you could straight upload to Spotify, trim the front and back, and then just disperse it as an audio podcast?
Yeah, I wish that would work.
Our one listener couldn't listen to any of our new episodes, Kevin, when you're out fishing for clowns.
Yeah, I know. Know what I'm doing on Christmas?
Do you agree?
Episodes of myself.
It's like I'm just gonna sit down in the basement and watch myself
Yeah.
while rubbing Matt's nipple butter.
Won't be churning some butter.
Is this how I do it? Is there a lot of wrist? Am I putting enough wrist into it, Matt? No, it's too much wrist. You're gonna make it curdly.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Australia banning 16-year-olds and younger from having social media accounts?
I agree with it, actually.
I do too, and that's a very totalitarian country.
I know. I don't like agreeing with it, but social media is such a shithole that I don't mind it.
See, and that's where Democrats get it wrong. So you can call countries like Australia totalitarian because they literally built COVID-19 concentration camps for their own people. Oh, you don't want to take your vaccination? You're going to Slumtown.
Yeah. But no, I agree with this. I actually do because I think kids should be off the internet more. They should be outside. They should be interacting with people. That's a time when you develop your social skills. You develop how you interact with people. You know, that's the time, not posting whatever Twitch or whatever the fuck the kids do with video games and watching them. And
Well, that's why there's such a huge problem with kids nowadays not making eye contact because they haven't developed that social skill.
There'd be a whole lobby of fucking gamers that lost all their fucking people watching them because all these kids would be off social media.
Well, and sucks to be them, but you shouldn't be making your money off kids anyway.
Yeah, but they do.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I think they're a very restrictive. I used to think Australia was cool until they're like, we're going to take all your guns and stick them up that crocodile's bum.
Well, it's a buyback, but you just can't keep them anymore.
Yeah,
So
even though you didn't buy them from the government.
It's a forced buyback.
Yeah, so.
But
I don't know. I think that's a good move. I think people that raise their kids on tablets and cell phones, it's a lazy way of parenting, and it puts the kids in danger.
Yeah.
It's literally been proven by my winner of the week.
Exactly.
That's how shit like that happens because people are checked out. And I mean, it's checked out to an extent. Like, yeah, we got kicked out of the house so the lights went off and our parents had no clue where the hell we were. I mean, it's like that one time, we're like, yeah, we're going to go camping now here. And for some stupid ass reason, we walk like 10 miles down the road back to your house. Away from our cars.
It's because we're drunk, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one knows.
But we are still out doing stuff, and it's more healthier than sitting there fucking around on a screen.
Yep.
Developing.
Agreed.
I like to make uncomfortable, non-blinking eye contact with people when I talk to them.
Yes.
If I see somebody who has a hard time keeping eye contact, who has that problem, I will intentionally just stare them down.
Yeah.
Not to be mean, to help them.
Yeah. You look at me when you talk.
So, how you doing, fella? Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Hold on, I got a spritz. I got to feel blank.
Yeah, just fucking visine.
Hold on. I'm just saying, uncomfortable eye contact.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
That's how I wade through my reality, Kevin.
Never blinking.
Just hard stares. It's like, what do you do with your hands? I don't know. I'm looking at your eyes.
No, I'm looking at your eyes.
If you were looking at my eyes, you wouldn't see what I was doing with my hands. Now, would you? Lesson 2. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else?
Nope. I'm good. We don't have a movie review this week, obviously, because Matt is rubbing his nipple with butter.
Well, churning and rubbing. He's got to test the product, Kevin.
That's right.
It's called quality control.
That's right.
Yep. They're moist. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. This has been, I think, I enjoyed this topic. Sometimes we like to get off of talking about politics. And I wish we could start every main topic about not talking about politics and then get to that shit and the happenings. But until next time, I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
This was a totally bodacious, awesome, tubular, on fleet episode of the Lost
On Fleek? What? Has anybody said on fleek in the last 10 years?
I don't know. I thought it was like, is that not hip?
I don't know. I don't know what the kids say anymore.
I don't either. It was fire. That's probably old too.
We're not trendsetters. Keep that vinyl turn.
And remember, don't be boring. Be a pirate. And here's our little PSA. We'll be ending probably every show with. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
On fleek.
Socialism. We're all in this together.
Remember, kids, socialists are retarded. Oh, yeah! America!